What's up, Patriots Nation? If you're one of those fans whose heart races just from hearing the roar of the crowd in Foxborough, then you already know the wait might be long, but the passion never cools down. The season hasn't even started yet, but deep inside, it already feels like we're right there on the sidelines, blood pumping, eyes locked on the next snap. You can feel it in the air. Something is building. A new era, maybe. The Patriots are on the move behind the scenes, and it's no small thing. There's locker room chatter, strategic maneuvering, high-impact decisions, and even rumors that could reshape the future of the franchise. It feels like the calm before the storm, and my friend, that storm is coming in red, blue, and silver. Foxborough is alive. The foundation is being laid, and the warrior spirit that has always defined this team is burning brighter than ever. We are the nation that watched legends rise, celebrated impossible victories, and never, ever backed down. And now, with new winds blowing, it's time to stay sharp, because the next chapter is about to begin. But before we dive into all the red-hot updates I've got for you today, smash that like button, only if you felt that pride running through your veins for at least 19 years. Major respect to the veteran fans, especially those who were cheering for the Pats back in the 70s, when everything was tougher and way more raw. You are the foundation of our legacy. And of course, if you wear this jersey with pride, drop a comment below. Go Pats! Let's come back stronger. Let's show the world that this fan base is more alive than ever. Now, no more waiting. Brace yourself, because the first story of the day is about to shake the halls of Gillette Stadium. The countdown to the Patriots' next chapter is officially underway. Minicamp has come and gone. The field is quiet, for now. But don't get too comfortable. Something huge is coming. Not just for the team, but for the entire Patriots nation. Mark your calendars for August 8th, because the greatest to ever do it, Tom Brady, is being immortalized in bronze. That's right, the GOAT is getting his statue, and it's all going down before the Patriots face off against the Washington Commanders in the preseason. A moment of legacy, a symbol of greatness, and for many, the return of a hero. You're going to want to be there. But while we wait for that legendary day, the gears are already grinding at Gillette, and the offseason has given us more than just nostalgia, it's given us answers and questions. The team just wrapped minicamp, and although the grass won't be torn up again until training camp kicks off on July 3rd, there's already a buzz. Thanks to Babs on the mic, who nailed the prediction for the start of training camp, we know exactly when things ramp up again. But who's rising and who's falling as we march toward July? Let's talk Christian Gonzalez. If you're not hyped about this guy yet, you need to start paying attention. Entering his third season, Gonzalez is looking like a player already in mid-season form. From the opening days of OTAs through to the close of minicamp, he's been nothing short of elite. We're talking NASCAR Gen 7 kind of speed and control. He's not just playing the position, he's redefining it. And yet, the national respect? Nowhere near what it should be. Pro Football Focus doesn't even have him on the top 25 players under 25 list. They barely slipped him into the 15th spot for top cornerbacks. That chip on his shoulder, it's fueling him. He capped off minicamp with a jaw-dropping one-handed interception that made it onto the Patriots' official Twitter page. But that wasn't a fluke. He's had multiple picks this spring, including in his very first OTA where he snatched a ball from none other than Maye, one of 4 interceptions the rookie QB threw that day. You can tell Gonzalez is determined to show the world he belongs in that elite group. And with Carlton Davis locking down the other side of the field, this secondary is starting to look terrifying. Evan Lazar summed it up perfectly. He said Gonzalez was the best Patriot this spring, dominating his side of the field and pulling off silky smooth interceptions that you'd expect from a seasoned All-Pro. If Gonzalez plays the way he has all spring, not only is he getting a contract extension after this season, he's going to force every analyst in the league to rethink their rankings. But while Gonzo has been dominating on defense, an unexpected name has emerged on the other side of the ball. Ephraim Kais Chisholm III, the undrafted wide receiver out of Eastern Washington, has been stealing headlines and hearts during minicamp. At first glance, he might remind you of another gritty, undersized receiver who wore a Patriots jersey. Think Julian Edelman. Think Wes Welker. Think Danny Amendola. Now think Ephraim Chisholm, because he's starting to look like the next chapter in that lineage. It's not just about the highlights, though he's got them. There was a spin move that was eerily reminiscent of Edelman's game-winning TD in Super Bowl 49. The video's circulating on Twitter. Go look it up. But beyond the flash, Chisholm is earning something far more valuable. Trust. From coaches, from players, from Maye himself. Patriots assistant coach Mike Vrabel didn't hold back, praising Chisholm for his work ethic, his dedication, and, most importantly, his understanding of the offense. And it's not just talk. Chisholm has been running with the first-team offense. He's catching everything. In one practice alone, he hauled in 7 receptions, more than any other wideout. Drake may even joke that Kai's had about 50 catches in OTAs. And you know what? That chemistry isn't fake. Unlike Javon Baker, who was drafted and came in with expectations, Chisholm is here grinding every rep, and it's showing. Speaking of Baker, things are not looking great. He came out of UCF with hype, but in the NFL, 1 catch, multiple attitude concerns. During one spring session, Mike Vrabel had to repeatedly tell him to get back in the huddle after celebrating a catch and casually jogging to the sideline. That's not the Patriot way. Add in the fact that he's already buried behind guys like Kayshon Boutte and Kyle Williams, and you're looking at a player who might not make it past the first round of roster cuts. But Javon Baker isn't the only one on thin ice. Marte Mapu, who came in as a hybrid safety/linebacker, is officially being moved to linebacker full-time. He showed promise last season against the run, but his pass coverage, a serious liability. The shift makes sense, especially with players like Jahlani Tavai potentially unavailable. It's a make-or-break moment for Mapu. Either he finds his groove as a full-time linebacker or he's facing the reality of being cut. Then there's Anthony Jennings, another player with a clear strength, run defense, but a game that just doesn't fit where this Patriots defense is going. New England is building around pass rush now. You don't sign guys like Milton Williams, Harold Landry, and Clavon Chaisson to stop the run. You bring them in to hunt quarterbacks. Jennings had just 2.5 sacks last season. That's not going to cut it in this new system. And with rookies like Brolin Swinson already getting buzz, Jennings might be on the outside looking in. And yet, not all position battles are about the headline makers. Let's talk kickers. Because yes, kickers are people too. The Patriots drafted Andy Borgales, and this rookie might just be the next great specialist in Foxborough. He's currently in a camp battle with Parker Romo, but it's barely close. Borgales has gone 19-4-20 in kicks during open practices. Romo, a shaky 15-4-20. Let's be honest, we've been spoiled. Vinatieri, Gostkowski, Polk. The standard is high, and Borgales is already showing he could be next in line. From veterans fighting for survival to undrafted underdogs rising through the ranks, this offseason has been anything but quiet. It's a new era, a post-Brady era, yes, but one that's starting to define itself with new leaders, new energy, and yes, a bronze statue to honor the legacy that built the foundation. Now I want to hear from you, Pats Nation. What's your take on all of this? Are you buying into the Christian Gonzalez hype? Do you think Ephraim Chisholm makes the final roster? Is it time to cut bait on Javon Baker and Jennings? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's get that conversation going. And don't forget, August 8th, Tom Brady gets his statue. Be there. And if the statue unveiling wasn't enough, just imagine the electricity in the air that day. Tom Brady, back in Foxborough, in front of the fans, standing next to a monument of his own greatness. A tribute not just to a career, but to an era. But as we look back, we also have to look forward, because this team is quietly laying the groundwork for something potentially special. And it all starts with the quarterback room. While much of the buzz naturally orbits around Drake Maye, the rookie is still finding his footing. He's shown flashes, sure, but he's also had some rookie moments, for interceptions in his first OTA practice being a hard reality check. But here's where it gets interesting. He's not shying away from the challenge. In fact, he's building on in the comments. Because this summer, one thing is certain, everything is up for grabs. And as always, let's go Pats!